It's Friday, September 9th, 2022. Time for another Fireside chat with Dizzy. And I need to start doing this earlier. It's about 20 after 7 or so, 25 after 7, and it's getting dark. So yeah, I definitely need to start doing this earlier, and I probably should have worn something other than shorts. Yeah, you can see how great a condition they are, but it's starting to get a little cool out here. The fire is actually feeling a little good. So fall is definitely on the way. Here comes the fuzzy little puppy dog. She went to the groomers on Tuesday, so she looks like a pretty precious puppy who likes to prance. She's a prancy, pretty precious puppy. Hi, baby. So this week we finally got rain, and instead of a lot of rain in a short period of time that didn't really soak in, we got over 2 inches, and the system, it wasn't something that was real quick and it was done. There were times when it rained pretty heavy and times when it didn't, but it was a soaking rain. We needed it so badly. My field has greened up very nicely. Today, for the last time this year, I mowed one side. The only mowing that I'm going to be doing now is I still need to mow this front area. I just didn't leave enough time today before it got dark. So I'll be doing that one day this week. And any spot mowing that I have to do while I'm spreading manure, because it could be difficult to run the drag through if the grass is too high. I still have 3 hens that are wanting babies. I do have eggs in the incubator. We'll see how many of them, if any of them, are still wanting the babies when the eggs hatch. I'm almost out of the wood that I have in there. I still have a pallet over there, so that will be getting cut up. Plus I have some other wood at home that will be coming out. Now, speaking of home, tomorrow around 10 o'clock, I am having people from my church coming over. They are going to help me do some of the yard work. I have one guy coming over. He's got a big chainsaw. He is going to cut up those big logs in the front that I cannot cut with my chainsaw. I was going to spend time working on cleaning my house today because it is just such a mess. But since he's coming over, it meant instead I had to run to my daughter's house, which is where the big log splitter is. There's no way that my electric log splitter is going to handle those logs. So, went over and got that. The one guy that is coming over has a tractor. He is going to be bringing that. It has a bucket on it. He is going to load up some of the heavy stuff that's pretty much impossible for me to pick up and put it in the back of my truck so I can take it for scrap. It'll be so nice having that gone. I'm also going to see if he can't pull out some of this stuff that I need out, which will be nice. So I'm hoping when I do the video on the taming of my jungle in my yard that there is so much more done. It's just such a relief. And the Bible talks about caring for the widows in the church, especially those that are over the age of 60. It talks about that in 1 Timothy chapter 3, I think. So my church takes the Bible seriously. So they will be helping me as a widow. Of course, it wouldn't be so bad if my husband had been different than he was, but it is what it is. And like I said, I'm just glad that I'm going to get the help. I think what I need to do is I need to have people call me up to motivate me to get the house clean. There's so many days I get up and it's like, yeah, I'm going to get this, and this done. And then I don't, because I just lack the motivation. Inside is so much harder than outside for me. A lot of it is because I prefer being outside as compared to inside, but it is what it is. I had a wedding that I went to on Saturday, so you can't really see it now, but I did my nails. Not that I really knew what I was doing, but they look semi-decent the day of the wedding. Let's see if I can... Oh, still a little bit on some of them. I'm going to be taking the polish off tomorrow. I have a luncheon to go to on Wednesday, so I might do them again then. And I actually wore makeup and a dress. Was told I clean up pretty nice. So it was a family wedding. My son flew up from Florida for it, and it was not an easy wedding for me to go through. It was my husband's niece, so they had on the program mentioned a few people that were no longer with us, and of course he was mentioned, and they didn't mention the names during the ceremony. They just mentioned about the people that couldn't be there. And I almost lost it. I don't know who did the seating for the reception. They had my son and I seated together, my daughter and her husband at another table, my sister-in-law and her family at another table. And I could have used the support of having everybody that I knew all at one table. Like I said, I didn't really know people at this wedding, and I almost lost it with a song that they played for the bride and the groom, You Belong to Me or something like that, and I couldn't watch them dance. I almost had to get up and leave. I was just ready to lose it. So one thing I will never be able to understand is, why do they have the music so loud at the receptions? You can't even talk to the people that are sitting next to you. And it was bad enough pre-dinner. After dinner, they cranked it up even louder. I had wanted to stay until they cut the cake. I couldn't. For me, with my inner ear disorder, it causes me actual physical pain. So couldn't find my niece, found my sister-in-law and told her that, I was leaving, that it was just too loud for me, and she understood. So that was the sister-in-law, the mother of the bride. So that was that. Let's see. Can't really think of too much else that I want to say tonight, and it's getting pretty dark, so I'm going to stop this for now, and I will talk at you later, and have a nice night.